Hello and welcome to my basic computer courses for beginners. My name is Kweku Pepra. I am Ghanaian. I live in the United States. I am a coach and educator that help people attain their goals, create strategic plans to help with their future. In today's lecture, I am going to be talking to you about information and communication technology, which has to do with so many different things from your computer to your iPads and your cellular phones and variety of things that come together to become information and communication technology. So I'm going to start off with introducing you to information communication technology, which in short we refer to it as ICT or IT to be short, which is information technology. After this lecture is over, you are going to be getting an introduction of ICT. You're also going to be getting information on the basic concept of ICT, the role of ICT in society, and ICT applications. Also, you are going to be getting information on ICT in teaching and learning. So as you can see here in the graphics, ICT is made up of so many different things, right? Information and communication technology has to do with so many different systems that come together for exchange of information to be able to help us operate efficiently and effectively. So if you look on the graphics, we have supply management, freight auditing, address system, barcoding, routing, delivery, scheduling. All of these are information coming together to be communicated through a system that operate by technology. So information and communication technology, known as ICT, has to do with so many different things. We have the new and the modern technology, which now we have laptops and cellular phones, which are very easy way of operating. Also, we have analysis. Information technology is used for analysis. Also, it is used for storage of information, right? We could store by technology or information communication technology. We are able to store information in so many different avenues. We have the cloud, we have a small device where you can store information, which is a computer system. Also, it is used for processing of information. Technology can be used for communication of information and and so forth. So in today's lecture, I will be walking you through information aspect of technology, communication, also the technology itself. So to break it down, we have information, which is the data that can be sent to for operation, the communication, which is the exchange of information, and also a technology, which is a system that helps combine information and technology together to create a system. So information is the data which can be recorded, organized, collected from people, and sent to people for exchange, for operation, for processing, or for doing anything that we want to do in life or in society. And if you look at the graphics down there, you could tell that two people have a device, which is like the old way of exchange of information. We used to have a cup and we link a line to it and we can share information. But if there is no media that is between those, there's no way information can be exchanged. And if you look at the round table here, we have a computer, which is a system that sends information to different people that sit around the table. So if you have a media of exchange of information, it's easier to send information across. As you can see here, there has been different exchange of information in the graphics. Communication. Communication is a transfer of ideas and messages amongst people, systems, device, and media. It involves the media. The media of communication can be computer, internet, cell phone, telephone, television, radio. So as you can see in the graphics, there's been communication amongst these people. On the top here, you could tell that communication is going on and information is being received. So this is where information comes in. Communication is the transfer of information. And we talked about information before communication, which makes sense because without communication, information cannot be sent across. There has to be a media, as we spoke about, which is computer, internet, cell phone, telephone, and television, and radio, which becomes a part of information and communication technology. Also, technology. When we talk about technology, technology is made up of a system that helps us communicate information to be able to help us live efficiently and effectively. So we're going to talk about the making and the modification, right? It starts from making of a system, modification of a system, and adaptation of the system. And technology usage, we use it in the form of a tool. It can be techniques, systems, and machines. And we use this media to operate and to be able to send information across. If you could see in the graphics here, we have different media that you can use for information and technology, which is like the laptop, which is a tablet. A tablet could be uh, an iPad or one of the Android devices that you have. Also, we have a camcorder and also a camera, and also we also have a flip phone and another cellular phone. All of these are medias that can be used by utilizing a system to send and receive information. So the umbrellas of communication devices, there are so many different devices that you can use for communication, right? We have applications such as radio, television, satellite system, internet, cellular phones, computer, activity ranging from telecommunication to software and developments. So these are all medias of communication and devices and systems that we can use in communicating and to make life a lot easier. And so as you can see here in the graphic, we have a radio, we have a television set, we have a computer, which is a system, and also a cellular phone, and also a system known as the internet, and also a wireless set, which are all medias of communication. So without a system, the media cannot communicate. Therefore, we need a system like the internet to help us with storage and sending of information across from one device to another. So information are shared through technology. As we spoke about, a technology must have a system. It must have a system so that you can send information from one media to another. And some of the media that is used in information sharing is cell phone. A cell phone is a form of media that can send information from one place to another. These are all because of technology and because of the system that have been created to help that communication to take place. A cell phone can be used for that. Also, internet, which involves emailing, social networking, and search engine, is a form of a system that helps communication take place. A cellular phone is used for communication, which I mentioned. You can use it to talk to people from another places, so many different places, simply because of a system that have made it possible. It is also used for SMS messages, which is sending media messages to another person on another line, all because of the system of technology that have made it possible. The role of ICT in society, applications. ICT, which is and communication technology, can be used in education. It can be used in business. It can also be used in training, which is a form of um, educating people or lecturing people in job settings or in many other aspects of life. ICT can also be used in health. Also, it can be used in environments, and also it can be applicable in employment and governments. If you look at these graphics, we have what looks like a classroom setting, and they have a computer system, which is a desktop, keyboard, and the mouse that is used in education purposes. And also here, if you look below on the left side, you have what looks like a hospital and what look like doctors looking at the brain cells and projecting it on a computer screen. These are ways that information and communication technology can be used in healthcare systems to help make things easier in diagnosing and treatment of people. If you look here also, a soldier sitting behind a computer monitoring what looks like the satellite to help them really identify enemies and to be able to use it as a way to, transfer information to their personnel to be able to operate and to protect their country. And if you look on the right side below the soldier, you see what looks like a business person presenting to the team and utilizing the computer to project data to share with them, training and in the form of operating a business strategy. People communicate to each other in the world, and they do that by means of computer. They do that by means of internet and cell phones. So in technology, computer and internet system comes into play. And in this case, a computer becomes the media and the internet becomes the system that is used in operation for the purpose of communication. Computer and its devices, there are so many different computer systems. As I mentioned, a computer can be a desktop, which is very well known, that you see below here in the classroom. All these children or students have a desktop. And if you look on top of the top here, top right, you have a laptop, which, as you can see, seems like it is being used to communicate across the world, right? You could be in Ghana and communicate with somebody in America. You could be in Swaziland and communicate with somebody in South Africa. This is possible because of the system called internet that is inputted in a computer to be able to allow communication to take place from one media to another. Here also advantages of internet. Internet can be used for online sales and purchases. It is a source of entertainment. Also, softwares, documents downloading is possible because of internet. Document sharing is also possible because you can share documents. For example, sharing Microsoft Word documents or Google Sheet, which normally have database. You can use the internet to do that by sending information to another person through an email, which is a system for communication. Also, search engine, which operates through Google or Yahoo. People's communication can be in the form of a system like email, Skype, or social networking websites such as Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. These are all means of exchange of information from one person to another person. Okay, so advantages of cell phones. Cell phones can be used for calling people, which is communication. Also, it can be used for instant messaging, which is text messaging. It can be used for listening to music, watching videos, playing games, using internet, which we talked about, can be used for exchange of information through emails or browsing of the net. Also, maintaining Facebook and many more, which is social media. You can use cell phones for that, or simple phones or media phones. So if you look here at the graphics on top, you see that cellular phones have evolved a lot. We had the Motorola, which was the one of the first cellular phones or cell phone, and it was established or it was set up in 1983. And you have the evolution, which is the Siemens. It's used for personal communication. We have the flip phone that came in 1996, and you have a progression of how how cell phones came. So if you could see here now, we have iPhones. iPhones we actually was established in 2007 and evolved to now we have a very well and modified cell phones that we use for communication purposes. And now everybody has an access to cellular phones. You know, this kid here can use a cellular phone for games and anything that they want to do. And you can see in this graphics, you have several people that have access to cellular phone, and you could tell they are using it for a form of communication. If you look here, also evolution here, which is simple as mankind evolves, technology evolves here. If you look at down below at the right corner, as man evolves in time, technology, media also evolve and becomes better. Information and communication, or IT, can serve a role in teaching and learning. It enforces positive effects in educating because it makes things more efficient and effective. It enables teaching and learning because we are able to project information faster and send information across from one person to another effectively and efficiently. You can use technology in presenting information well. It helps us work effectively. It also helps us share ideas easily. It helps us solve different problems easily. It helps us gain precise knowledge because we are able to modify information and to be able to get precise information and accurate presentation of information. It can help us achieve our goals in less time, period, because by the transfer of information or sharing of information, things become easier and efficient. Type of computers. You can, as you could tell here, I have different type of media or computers that you can use for operating, storage of information, process of information, or exchange of information. Now we have the desktop, we have the notebook, which is the a form of a laptop, and we have a whole media center that is in operation. It's a desktop with other devices connected to it. We also have the tablet, which is also another good media. We have also a handheld cell phone. We also have the netbook, which is most times used for watching videos and also listening to music. We have evolution of our computer, which is the desktop. So desktop, if you look on the further top left corner, you have one of the first computers that were ever manufactured. And if you could see from the top going all the way down to the bottom right, you see how it changed. It came from this big device to a flat device that makes it more easy to operate by and easy to carry around. So that is the end of my lecture. These are some references to the lectures where you can find some of the graphics that I used and some of the information that I shared with you. Thank you for listening to my lecture. If you have any questions, you can reach me on Instagram at kweku.peps and email at kwekupepra77@gmail.com. And I will be happy to answer your questions. Thank you for listening. I hope to connect with you next time. Take care.